Okay, so starting again. Okay, let's get started. So, guys, let me introduce ourselves. We are here, RF Tech Solution. We are group of working professionals. Okay, we are on an average having like 15, 17 year plus experience in this domain, in the wireless research domain. Okay, so here we are providing services our trainings like individual training, group training, and corporate trainings. Okay, apart from that, we are in service domain where we are providing support in the field testing, in the log analysis to our customer. We have some working projects here in India as well as outside of India. So this is all about us. Okay, so mainly like trainings we have in that 4G 5G protocol, ORAN, AIML, data science. Okay, and these are like some sorry, some trainings which we are taking care. Okay, which we are providing here. Okay, now, so now about that demo. Okay, so today I will start with that why to join RF Tech Solution. Sorry, why to join RF Tech Solution. Okay, so here with the help of this 5-6 point, I will try to highlight the differences which we are trying to create in this training industry. Okay, and apart from that, like this will help you to understand what type of quality we are providing in our training session. Okay, what all modules we are providing in our training sessions. Okay, so this we will discuss. After that, I will show you some tools. Okay, which all tools we are using in the our trainings. Okay, so then briefly we'll discuss about that syllabus part, what all topics we will cover. Okay, module wise module, technology wise technology. Okay, that we will discuss. After that, like we have lot of discussion about here and there, like protocol. Okay, so we'll try to understand what is protocol. Okay, what is exactly meaning of this protocol, and uh, when we are saying that LT protocol, 5G protocol. Okay, so what is exactly this means? Okay, 5G protocol or LT protocol. Okay, so this we will try to understand. Then as a protocol testing engineer, what is our job responsibilities? Okay, what is our role and responsibilities once we switch our career from any other domain to protocol testing domain? Okay, so these all things we'll try to understand one by one. Okay, so getting started with why to join RF Tech Solution. Okay, so here the very first thing is theory concept. Okay, very first thing is theory concept. So what exactly meaning of that, what exactly we are trying to do here? Okay, so theory concept is, or theory concept is, whatever topics we will cover, whatever modules we will cover. Okay, so first we will try to understand the concept of that particular topic, particular maybe feature, that technology. Okay, means why we are learning that, what is motivation behind that scenario, what is kind of call flow of that scenario. Okay, so first we will try to understand some thoroughly or basic concept of that scenario. Okay, or that feature. Okay, maybe let me write down so that you will have some more clarity. Okay, for an example, we have a lot of feature, we have a lot of call flows, right? Suppose LT attach. Okay, suppose we have LT handover. Okay, suppose we have carrier aggregation, we have CSFB. Okay, we
Will
have
you cover WebEx?
hello,
Will you cover WebEx?
cover which, I'm not getting your
WebEx.
query. WebEx.
No, no, this training module not for WebEx. This is 4G, 5G protocol testing. Okay, those are looking WebEx. You can disconnect the call. Okay. Yeah, Rahul, you can continue.
Okay, okay, so for example, these all features we have in the LT. Okay, these are some of the scenarios we have in LT. Okay, so before jumping directly to the functionality, first we have to understand some questions. Okay, some things. Okay, which we want to find out. Okay, why we need this particular flow. Okay, why we need handover, what is the significance of handover, why we need CA, why we need CSFB. Okay, what is the significance of this LT attached flow, what exactly we are trying to achieve with that LT attached flow. Okay, so before directly jumping on the functionality of this feature of this call flow, okay, first we will try to understand why we exactly need that particular flow, why we exactly need that particular feature. Okay, then the very next thing we will try to understand the call flow. Okay, call flow is something, the interaction between your UE and your network. Okay, interaction between your UE and your network. Okay, interaction means whatever messages my UE sending to the network, whatever responses my UE getting from the network, whatever messages my network is sending or receiving. Okay, from both UE as well as from network point of view, we will try to understand the flow between UE and E node B. Okay, and each and every message's significance. Okay, what exactly need of that particular message, what exactly significance of that particular message. Okay, that we will try to understand. Okay, then the next thing we have. Okay, so messages is something what uh, flow we have between UE and E node B. Okay, the next thing is what information we are sending or receiving inside that message. Okay, so flow means the name of that messages. Okay, the sequence of that messages. First we will send, after that we will send this message, after that we will send that message. Okay, something like that. Okay, once we done with that flow, same time the very important thing is, okay, information element which we call I. Okay, which we call short form Is. Okay, information elements. Okay, what is that information elements, what exactly significance of that information element in that call flow, I will show you in the tool. Okay, don't worry, I will clear that out. Okay, so in that particular message, whatever messages we are sending or receiving from the UE and network. Okay, inside that message we have some parameters, inside that message we have some information elements. Okay, so suppose we have a lot of information element, 5, 20, 50 information element we have. Okay, so we have to understand all the possible values of those information element. Okay, what is the significance. Okay, in which condition we will set which parameter value. Okay, and what is all the possible values we have with respect to one parameter. Okay, so those things we will understand. Okay, then so this is something, these 2 3 things will give you clarity, like what is happening with respect to that call flow. Okay, what is happening in that call flow. Okay, then once we are familiar with that call flow, once we are familiar with that parameter. Okay, 2 3 clear. Okay, now next thing which we have to understand is test plan. Okay, next thing which we have to understand is test plan. Test plan is something, okay, we have to test that feature end of the day. Okay, we have to understand that feature end of the day. Okay, right, for an example, like we want to test 5G SA or NSA. Okay, how exactly we will test that NSA and SA. Okay, for that we have to create test plan. Okay, we have to create test plan. How exactly we will test our ORAN, for that we have to create a test plan. Okay, test plan is list of the steps which we will perform to validate a particular feature, a particular scenario. Okay, now next is, once we are done with test plan. Okay, once we have finalized, like we understood, right, end to end, like what is 5G, what is SA, what is NSA, what is ORAN, what is LT, what is attach, handover, everything. Okay, then we have created test plan. The next thing is we need to understand the test setup. Okay, means to create ORAN we need a specific setup, to test NSA we need a specific setup, to test SA we need a specific setup. For an example, in NSA we need 5G and 4G both. Okay, to test SA, that standalone 5G is fine for us. Okay, similarly handover we need 2 cells. Okay, 2 cell, and based on the what handover we are performing, respectively cells we will be need. Okay, now so that test setup we will understand the test based on the test scenario, what scenario we are trying to execute, we need to understand the test setup. Okay, then we have test execution. Okay, then we have test execution. Okay, means now we are done with test setup, we are done with uh, test cases. Okay, then test execution will come into the picture, how exactly we will perform, how exactly we will execute the test cases. Okay, so that is something we will understand, that suppose any scenario given to you. Okay, how exactly you will execute that scenario, how exactly you will execute that test case. Okay, then very important part is log analysis and bug reporting. Okay, bug reporting is any issue in your scenario, any uh, kind of defect in your testing. Okay, so these are some basic concept. Okay, these are some important things which we will understand with respect to each and every topic, with respect to each and everything whatever we will discuss. Okay, so so why these steps are important? Okay, because first thing is, once you join a company, okay, so that is possible that maybe some new feature will be allocated to you. Okay, maybe some new things, new feature, new topic, anything which is you haven't covered in your past or maybe training or in your self study. Okay, in that case you need a strategy, in that case you need a roadmap, how exactly you will deal with that new topic. Okay, that this is the some basic stuff. Okay, this is kind of for every topic we will understand how to deal, how to find out these topics. Okay, then tomorrow if something new will come into your plate, okay, then definitely you will be able to handle that particular new topic. At least you will have some strategy, at least you will have some roadmap, so that you will be able to understand that particular new responsibility or new thing end to end. Okay, so this is something we will try to understand first thoroughly. Okay, now next thing we have tool experience. Okay, next module we have tool experience, that next point we have tool experience. Okay, so whatever we have seen, whatever we have covered, for an example, whatever we have seen in the theory. Okay, whatever we have seen in the theory, for an example, we are trying to understand what is ssb. Okay, in 5G, for an example, we are understanding what is ssb, what PH. Okay, what all formats we have. Okay, formats of PH we have. Okay, means here we have long. Don't worry if you are not aware. Okay, suppose thoroughly we have discussed short format, long format. Okay, we have this different RRC states. Okay, now everything we have covered, everything we have discussed. Okay, for an example, we have randomly I'm writing few messages. Okay, PDU session, session management. Okay, so these all things, suppose first we have discussed at the time of our theory discussion. Okay, now when it comes to the tool, when it comes to the practical, okay, so every company expecting candidates whoever having exposure in their log analysis or practical approach. Okay, because theory concept is not enough to select in any job to clear the interview. Okay, so tool is something which is your key for your clearing the interview and kind of build the more concept in any given topic. Okay, so whatever suppose messages we have seen, whatever information we have seen here, okay, everything from day one we will like tool I will show you. Okay, from day one, suppose today we will discuss ssb. Okay, at the same time I will show you this in the tool. Okay, I will show you this particular message in the tool. Okay, so parallelly theory as well as practical. Parallelly, what type of issues you may face in your this testing, how exactly you are doing testing, how exactly you are creating the test cases. Okay, so everything going hand in hand. Okay, it's not like that today I will cover some theory concept for complete LT. Maybe after some time, after 1 month, I will show you in this tool. Maybe after some time I will discuss the bugs like that. Okay, it's not like that. Okay, hand in hand we will try to cover whatever concept we have, what main concept of we have for that particular feature. Then we have how exactly you will handle all these steps. Then same time how exactly you will analyze the log for that particular feature, for that particular scenario in the tools. Okay, so this will give you the complete picture, this will give you the complete understanding of a particular feature, of a particular technology or a scenario. Okay, anything. So this is to provide you the end-to-end picture, this is to provide you the end-to-end flow, okay, of a given technology. Okay, now, so guys, understand in that way. Okay, might be some of you uh, already appeared in any interview. Okay, suppose on an average, let's consider we have 60 minutes of interview. Okay, out of the 60 minute, 20 minute minimum, 20 to 30 minute, what that interview will do, interviewer will try to evaluate you based on your practical means this test cases, this execution, this tools. Okay, log analysis means tools means log analysis. Okay, means how you are analyzing that particular scenario in the log. Okay, what is, where exactly you will find out this particular message. Okay, what is, how you filter out that particular message, this particular message, how you have seen this bug in that log. Okay, have you seen this message in the log? Okay, something like that. Okay, so this 20 minute is very very important for you to sustain in any interview, which is like, might be, let me, day to day activity. Okay, what is that question? Please explain your day to day activity. Okay, day to day activity means day to day basis, what type of work you are doing. Okay, what type of scenarios you are executing, what all tools you are using. Okay, so these all things, first, very first thing you have to explain. Okay, after that they will divert toward this direction. Okay, once you are done with this part, very first, okay, once that your initial start is good, then definitely that is possible they will explain, they will discuss some theory concept only. Okay, that is also there. Okay, might be they will discuss some advanced topic or some initial, that basics stuff. Okay, that is also possible. Yeah, but the main point is to clear any interview, your practical stuff is very very important. Okay, that is one scenario. Second scenario is, once you join any company. Okay, once you join any company as a protocol testing engineer, at that time also, at that time also, these things only you have to do, these things only you have to perform. Okay, so instead of understanding these things later phase of your maybe like preparation. Okay, better to start from day one, better to work on this format only which you supposed to work as a protocol testing engineer. Okay, to handle these all things. Okay, from day one, from day one we will keep these all things in mind. Whatever topic we are discussing, whatever things we are discussing, we have to follow the same roadmap, same path, so that end of the your 4 months, somewhere you are done with whatever you have covered, and how exactly you have to take care all those things once you join any company as a protocol testing engineer. Because guys, this is not only about your interview, this is also about like survival. Once you join any company, how exactly you will survive as a protocol testing engineer. Okay, so we will try to prepare you, we will try to train you from day one about your job and responsibilities as a protocol testing engineer. Okay, so guys, anyone any doubt from these two module? Okay, now, so third one, third module. Okay, so third module is something, here we have covered the theory concept, here we have seen the log analysis, okay, in the regular class, okay. But still here, one limitation we have, the tool whichever I am discussing, the tool whichever I am showing you, okay, that is something remotely I am showing you, like this is how we have to load the log, this is the log extension, this is how we have to apply the filters, okay. Everything I am the one who is explaining you, okay. But still this is something will not give you any exposure to the tool. Exposure means that your personal time or your hands-on, so hands-on exposure, okay. So to provide you the hands-on exposure, okay, we came with this module 3, we came with this point 3, okay, where individually 10 to 12 hour, okay. Again, please pay attention here. Individually 10 to 12 hour we will provide you, okay, apart from our regular training, which mostly we have Saturday, Sunday. Apart from the regular training session, okay, we will provide 10 to 12 hour with the tool, okay. Why this is important, okay. So in the interview, or once you join any company, okay, that is fine, you have exposure here. I have shown you each and everything remotely, okay, in the class, but still you don't have any idea how to perform all those things your own, okay. So somewhere in your mind you don't have that much of confidence, you don't have that much of belief on you, like you can perform, you can use that tool, okay, because you don't have any your personal exposure, right, personal experience, right. So to deal all these things, to kind of improve your profile, what we will do, 10 to 12 hour individual one to one, okay, individual one to one, you can take access of this tool at any point of time, maybe like in weekdays as well, okay, not limited to weekend, okay. So based on the only thing what you have to do, you have to request for that this day and this date, okay. Oh, sorry, time, okay. The date and time you have to provide. After that, on that slot, on that given slot, we will provide you the access, of that tool, to throughout our training session in that amount of time, okay, 10 to 12 hour, all the tools, whatever tool we are discussing, okay. So this will give you guys, believe me, this will give you a lot of clarity, a lot of self, you will kind of boost up your confidence, okay. That will directly or indirectly will reflect in your interview, okay. So this is something I would say, this is key of your success, okay. This is because of this module only we have observed in the past a lot of transition from any other domain to this domain. Why? Because practical, because theory concept is, end of the day, like everyone is aware about theory, okay. Suppose for an interview, a 20 people applying for a position, guys, nowadays condition is like that, 15 plus are confident enough in the theory, okay. They are good in the theory, everyone is good in the theory, okay. We have a lot of resources, okay. Now, so main thing is where we can create difference, where we can make difference, that is your practical exposure, that is your tool, okay. The tool is making difference in that interview. For an example, you can also think logically. Suppose you have two candidates, one candidate is good in the theory, okay, maybe like I am giving out of 100, 80% he is best in the theory, okay. Another candidate is, might be, let's suppose 60% in the theory, but he is 60 or 70% in the tool, or maybe like more than 50% in the tool, okay. Still I will go with this one. Why? Because this candidate having balanced approach in theory as well as practical, okay. So when it comes to the execution, because again the same thing, I need someone who can start contributing, okay, who can start contributing in my team as soon as possible, right. I need result, I need some output from that candidate, okay. So now this candidate, I don't have to teach everything with respect to log analysis from the scratch to him. Okay, theory also he is good. Okay, so now he can contribute to my team, to my execution, to my project as soon as possible. Okay, instead of training this guy from practical point of view, practical aspect, I will pick this one and will start grooming this one with respect to time parallelly. That we can start parallelly. Okay, so that's why the balanced approach means that participation in that success is 50-50. Okay, 50% your theory, 50% your tool, your log analysis. Okay, these things will play role in your transition, in your upskilling. Okay, clear? Anyone any doubt here? Point 2 and 3 clear? What is difference here and here? Okay, again,
Hey,
yeah,
I
any
have a
doubt?
question here.
Yeah.
Okay, so you just mentioned hands-on tools experience, right? So I just need to
Mhm.
know like which tools you are specifically mentioning here.
Okay, we'll discuss that. Give me a few minutes. Okay, that in subsequent slide I have. Okay, so that I will
Okay,
discuss. Okay.
okay, got it, got it. Thank you, thank you.
Okay. Yeah. So next we have, apart from that, like placement support. Okay. So we have dedicated HR team. Okay. As I mentioned, we are also working as service. We are also providing services to our customer. Okay. So okay. So now, so what we also have our servant. We are working as service domain provider. So we have dedicated HR team. Okay. So what we will do first, we will work on your CV, Naukri profile, your LinkedIn profile validation. Okay. So this is something to modify your experience, your present or past experience based on your current job profiles, current job openings. Okay. Apart from that, throughout our course, every month we will take some demo interview. Okay, to give you the exposure about what type of question you may face once you appear in the real interview. Okay, so this is something to give you that experience about that interview. Okay, once we complete course, one main interview we will take. Okay, so this is something whatever I have covered in the first month, next month, next month, next month. Okay, so monthly basis we will take that interview. Final interview, whatever the complete things we have covered, based on that I will take that interview. Okay, mainly your trainer or maybe like other trainers also can take that interview. Okay, so based on your this preparation, okay, we will share your CV, we will share your CV at least 2 interview based on our reference. Okay, at least 2 interview based on our reference, or more than that is also possible, but yeah, at least 2 interview we will try to align. Okay, based on our reference. Okay, this one we will do. apart from that apart from that, some questions we have as a interviewer we will ask, or that our past candidates have faced such questions, maybe like what type of question Apple asks, what type of question MediaTek asks, Samsung, Qualcomm. Okay, and service based company, Caps Mini, Mindtree. Okay, all those basically. Okay, so what type of question they ask, we have drafted those questions. Okay, and we will share those questions with you. Okay, so that will help you out in your preparation. Okay, so all those things we will do as part of our training exercise. Okay, apart from that, after completion of your course, okay, you will be part of a community. Okay, where actively we will post the job openings, and that if you have any query, okay, there also we have some different domain, different experts. Okay, so there that community will help you out and grow in every aspect or in your preparation as well. Okay, so we will add you in that community. Okay, our tech solution community we have. Okay, now after that 24 into 7 support. Okay, so mostly we have class on Saturday and Sunday. Okay, so just in case if you have any doubt, if you have any query, okay, so you can reach out to us at any point of time. Okay, so your first POC is your trainer. Okay, your first point of contact is trainer. Okay, so first you have to reach out to him that I have this query. Okay, so once you enroll, we will give the direct access to your trainer. Okay, that contact number. Okay, so you can reach out to directly to him. Okay, but just in case if you have any maybe like your trainer is busy, okay, or maybe like occupied in something else, okay, then maybe other trainer can help you out with your query. Okay, but we will try to close your query, we will try to close your questions as soon as possible. Okay, you don't have to wait for next Saturday Sunday class. Okay, so that is we will take care. Now once you complete your training, okay, once you complete your 4-month training, then we will provide certificate. Okay, so that certificate you can add in your CV, that certificate you can maybe refer in your uh, any interview or anything. Okay, and you can mention in your company as a proof of your upskilling. Okay, so for whatever purpose you want, you can use that certificate, whatever we will issue on the name of RF Tech Solution. From RF Tech Solution, like you have done training from this module. Okay, for this month. Okay, so this is all things to summarize the roadmap, to summarize the how exactly we will take care. Okay, in that RF Tech Solution. Any doubt, guys? Anyone? Any doubt so far? Okay, now tool part. Okay, now so these all tools we will use. Okay, these all tools we will use. So Qualcomm side we have QXDM and QCAT. Okay, Qualcomm side we have QXDM and QCAT. MediaTek we have ELT. Okay, and Ubisoft we have LOGEL and we have Wireshark. Okay, so these 5 tools, these 4 or 5 tools we will use for our training session. So it will be something like that. Suppose some topics we are covering with QXDM, some topics we are covering with QCAT, some ELT, some with LOGEL. Okay, so end of the day the content will remain same in all these tools. Okay, but still to give you the understanding about these tools, okay, about these all these tools, okay, all of these tools we will cover as part of our training session. Okay, so let me show you these tools. Yeah, anyone any doubt? Anyone till here any doubt? Anyone any uh, my team was showing some placement. Okay, so I just like quickly captured the messages when that Arvind informed me about his selection. Okay, so this is guys like 1 month back, right? Like March basically he selected. Okay, last month only he selected. Okay, so we are not only limited to that trainings, okay, to that preparation. Our bond is something like that, like people we will select till the selection. Okay, because sometimes it happens, right? You are preparing, then once you complete your course, then you find out like I'm weak in this area, I'm strong in this area, then you have to manipulate your profile. Okay, in that also you have to explore that what type of bugs I can explain. Okay, so this is a not only limited to these 4 months. Okay, that is fine. Like some guys are very really proactive. Okay, they will be able to understand within this 4 month. Okay, but still this is something, sometimes things take time. Okay, so you can see here we are just waiting for this type of appreciation. Okay, because end of the day we need these selections. Okay, this is the, you can understand in that way the selection is directly reflect in our, like this is also advertisement for us, right? So instead of we are talking about ourselves, like we are doing this one great, this one great. Okay, so instead of that, here we are showing the result to you. Okay, so this is something how our candidates are placing in such tight market situation. Okay, not only India as well as outside of it. Okay, yeah. So anyone any doubt so far? Yeah, so next thing is quickly let me show you our sub labs. Okay, so this is just for clarity. These are very advanced lab, ORAN labs. Okay, so it's not like that these labs I will show you directly, I can access directly. Okay, but yeah, these labs is something I will try to show you how and what type of connections we have. Okay, what is like different setups we have in these labs. Okay, in such high advanced labs. Okay, this is ORAN lab basically. Okay, and here this is, we are testing our RU. Okay, this is one of our customer lab. Okay, so this is how we are testing. This is how we are making the connections. This is our end-to-end connection. Okay, so this is something also we will try to discuss with you so that you will get some idea, some clarity of these advanced test setups as well. Okay, this is DUT, this is reference device. Okay, reference device and DUT. DUT is device under test. We will discuss about like at the time of lab setup setups. Okay, like what is difference between DUT and reference device. Okay, and what are all type of reference devices we have, what all type of this testing devices we have, all those things we will discuss. Okay, then this is again one UE. Okay, so here we have a lot of ports. Okay, we have a lot of ports. So how exactly we will connect this port to simulator, how exactly we will connect this device to our base station. Okay, so all those things we will discuss in details so that in that training you will have good understanding about how exactly day-to-day life you will have to perform this testing, this execution, this log analysis, every aspect of the testing we will try to discuss. This is our base station. Okay, so those things, this is okay. So when exactly we need shield box, what type of connections we have in that shield box. Okay, so all those things we will discuss. This is just to give you that basic idea about environment. Okay, in the lab. So here these are the simulators. Okay, a lot of wiring, a lot of connections we have in it. Okay, and this is a kind of like testing PCs we have. We will connect that devices. Okay, so this is these type of things we'll discuss. Okay, now these are some of the key players in the telecom domain. Okay, so chipset vendors are not there, Qualcomm and MediaTek. This is also additional things we have. Okay, that in the market. Okay, apart from that, here you can see some of the product based companies we have. Okay, some operators we have. Okay, this is Airtel. Okay, Dish is operator, Geo operator. These are providing servers for the ORAN. Okay, so these we will understand what is kind of changes we have with respect to ORAN. So product based company we have like Nokia, Ericsson. Okay, Rakuten. Okay, then we have service based company like TCS, Tech Mahindra. Tejas is product based company. Okay, Tejas is actively hiring for BSNL projects. Okay, so that is also product based company we have. VVDN product based company we have. Verizon, that operator we have. Okay, Geo operator we have. Okay, so all these companies are working in this domain, in this testing domain. Okay, wireless and resource domain. Okay, yeah, anyone any doubt so far before we move to the syllabus part?
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rahul this side. Basically, I wanted to understand, majority you are going to cover is like call flow and 4G and 5G architectures and call testing accordingly to this call flow. There are some other tests like Wi-Fi or maybe camera test or anything for handsets and all. Those things will be covered or it will not be part of
Not
this.
required, and that is not part of this, and that is not required. So when you are
Okay.
saying that
So other
if you are
functionality, yeah, please. Yeah.
okay, let me just complete. Sorry, just give me 2 minutes. Okay, so when you are saying this Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, camera. Okay, so I think you are referring field testing point of view. I think, right?
Uh, Overall test
No.
of
So
a
overall is
particular handset.
understand. Okay. So understand in that way that camera, Wi-Fi. Okay, so let me see. So suppose 4G, 5G. Okay, we have camera, we have Wi-Fi, we have Bluetooth. Okay, we have Bluetooth. Guys, these are also a separate teams. It's not like that end of the day only one person is doing these things. Okay, what you are referring is, what I'm understanding from that is, we have some low level testers. Okay, for an example, field testing. Okay, not all companies are doing these such things. Okay, field testing, what they are doing, they are just taking opening camera and taking snaps. They are just trying to check the Bluetooth is working or not. That is not the complete sense of the domain. Okay, this is something, suppose if you start learning Wi-Fi today, it will take 6 months. We have the separate protocols as well in the Wi-Fi. It's not only about the checking Wi-Fi is working fine or not. Okay, similarly Bluetooth having their own protocols, camera having their own modems, they have their own protocols, how exactly they are working, how exactly we are working on that picture qualities. Okay, it's not only about the taking photos from the camera. Okay, some companies are doing, for an example, filter, I just don't want to mention the company name. Okay, what they are doing, suppose one tester is doing testing 4G 5G. Okay, at the same time what the tester will do, they will open the camera, they will take some snaps while the call is in process. They will try to attach with the different Wi-Fi, maybe v4 v6, different version of Wi-Fi as well. Okay, what they will do, they will check that Bluetooth is working fine or not. We are able to attach with some Wi-Fi Bluetooth devices. Okay, able to send the files. Okay, that is not the complete picture of the testing. That is very basic thing, anyone can do. Okay, but when we are saying Bluetooth testing, the complete sense of Bluetooth testing, that is huge field, guys. Okay, you will see like some positions we have for Bluetooth tester, Bluetooth testing, Bluetooth development. This is not about like whether your Bluetooth is connecting with other device. That is something how you are implementing that Bluetooth protocols. Okay, that is that bigger picture. What you are talking about, that is very basic part, and that does
No,
not
I
make any
was
sense.
asking about this bigger picture only. So all the things will
No,
not be
not
covered,
possible.
only particular call
Not
flow
possible.
session, and
As
this thing will be, yeah, and covered in this particular channel.
understand that
Okay.
way. In
Yeah,
my
just
17 year of experience, I never seen anyone who is aware of all these protocol. If you are
Got
aware,
it. Got it.
we will try to discuss. Okay.
Mehul,
No one
Sure, sure.
just
is, yeah.
Rahul, just let me complete. Mehul, network team will work either network testing, 4G,
Okay,
5G,
okay.
or
Got it. Got it.
Wi-Fi.
Got it. Yeah.
Okay.
Guys, sorry to interrupt, but there is a situation that sometimes, the employer announces a position and they need, someone who is having the experience at least for the interview purpose. So I will second the guy question, the query which he just raised, because this is what, the employers are putting, they are putting everything in their JD. So, yes, you are right that no one can be expert in all the fields, but on the same time, yes, they are asking in the JD that everyone should be having something, some experience, at least for the interview purpose. So that was just my
No,
input.
again, point is what mentioned in the JDs. Those are not protocol level. Getting my point?
Yeah,
The testing point
I'm
of
getting
view,
you. Yeah.
that how exactly you are testing that Bluetooth. That is very basic thing. That is something how exactly you are just checking the functionality of Bluetooth. That's it,
Mhm.
not the protocol level.
Right. You guys are right. I'm just putting my, my experience there. So I'm just
That's okay. So
mentioning what I have
suppose
noticed. Yeah.
someone taking interview for field tester, for an example. Okay, so what exactly they are trying to find out? Suppose I am sending one tester for field testing. Okay, so what my motive is, parallelly we are testing those scenarios, that is fine. Okay, apart from that, if that tester able to capture some logs for that Bluetooth or maybe like camera, maybe Wi-Fi. Okay, if they will be able to capture those logs, so at least someone who is expert in this domain will be able to analyze that part. That's it. That is the whole purpose of or expectation from the tester, nothing else. My
Right.
point. Okay,
Right.
so that is
Okay.
limited to maybe like executing some basic test cases or sanity kind of thing, or maybe like capture. That's it. Make sense? Okay.
Yeah. Right. Agreed.
Okay. Now let me jump to that syllabus part. Okay. So again, we'll start from the LT. Okay. So whatever technology, whatever things we will discuss. Okay. So we will maybe like you have some past experience in that domain. Maybe you are working in that telecom only and you are aware of some basic stuff. Okay. So we will try to start from very basic. Okay. For an example, we'll start like LT architecture. Again, that LT architecture is nothing to do with protocol. Okay. So this is just giving you the basic heads up, basic start, like what exactly we are trying to discuss, what all notes we have, so that you will be able to understand end to end or like kind of the complete picture of the technology. Okay, so we will start from that basic part, like what testing we have, what is 3GPP, okay, what is this architecture we have, okay, then frame structure, what all bands we have in the 5G with respect to FDD and TDD. This is something important, the frame structure. Then we have REG, RBG, that REG and this resource element and RB concept, okay, that we will discuss. Then we have difference between like OFDMA and SCFDMA, okay, what we are using in uplink, what we are using in downlink, okay. Then we have this call flow, okay, some identifiers, that is fine, okay. Call flow means how exactly we will attach with the network, how exactly once we turn on our UE, once we switch on our UE, so how exactly we will attach with that UE, how exactly we will synchronize with that E-node B with the network, okay. So that we will discuss. Here we can see like first we have the synchronization part, PSS, SSS and MIB. Then we have SIBs, okay, the system information blocks, okay. Then we have how exactly we'll do the uplink synchronization. For that we have PRECH, okay, the REST procedure, that is very very important procedure. Then we have like some stuff about that PRECH only, okay. Then we have that how exactly we will set up our RRC connection, how we will move to the RRC connected state, okay. Then we have next part like attach accept, okay, how exactly we will attach with the network. In between we have authentication, security, okay, how exactly my UE will check whether that network is authenticated one or not, how network will check whether UE is authenticated one or not, okay. So that is kind of mutual authentication we do in that LT, that we will check, that we will do. RRC, some more procedures we have like RRC establishment, RRC release, RRC reconfiguration, okay. So all those things we will do, we will understand. Then we have handover process, okay, like S1 and S2 handover, how first we will do the measurement, okay, then how we will report that measurement to the E-node B, okay, then how E-node B will send that handover command, okay. All these things we will see, the measurement gap, the configurations, okay. Then we have some more call flows like CSIP, circuit switch fallback. Then we will start protocol layer wise, okay. So this is something about like MAC layer, okay. So we will deep down in that MAC layer, like what is functionality of MAC layer, okay, what is like PDU format we have, okay, like headers, sub headers, or control element, that is all things we have in that uh, MAC headers, okay. Then we have that MAC PDU, sorry, okay. Then we have like SR, BSR, PHR, some concept in the MAC layer that we will discuss in detail, okay. Then we have DRX concept, okay. Then we have RLC layer. In RLC layer, we have some data transfer mode, okay, which is TM, AM, and UM mode, okay. That transparent mode, AM mode, UM mode, okay. So that is something we will discuss. Then we have PDCP, we have a header compression layer, ROSC, okay, that we will discuss. Apart from that, um, encryption and integrity algo we have, then we will do the throughput analysis. As part of throughput analysis, we will understand that carrier aggregation and that how exactly that MIMO will play a role in that one. What is impact of MIMO, what is open loop MIMO, what is closed loop MIMO, what is impact of DCI, what is impact of transparent, sorry, that transmission mode, okay, 1 2 3, the all these transmission modes we have, okay. So all those things we will discuss in detail, okay. Then we will move to the 5G, okay. So in 5G again we will discuss about like introduction about like 5G, what is like difference between NSA and SA, deployment option. Okay, so what all deployment option we have? Option 3, option 5, option 7. Okay, option 2. So what deployment option we are preferring, what deployment option nowadays more aggressively those operators are deploying. Okay, so all those things we'll discuss. Then we have after that like band, network slicing. Okay, these are like very important concept we have, like frame structure, same slot. Okay, that is because of numerology. Okay, that is very important part we have in the 5G, because earlier in the LTE we were having only 15 kilohertz. Okay, but now in 5G we have scalable numerology. So we have 15, 30, 60, 120. Okay, so different subcarrier spacing we have, different. So that subcarrier spacing directly impact our slot size and the span in that frequency domain. Okay, all those things, all those aspects we will understand. Okay, then we will have that protocol. Okay, as the PDCP, RLC, different 5G channels we have. SSB block, that is new thing in the 5G we have. Earlier we were having PSS, SSS, and MIB, but now we have in the 5G SSB block. Okay, so that understand the location of, try to find out the location of SSB. That is also very important thing from interview point of view. Okay, so that we will understand. Okay, then we have core set, that is also new thing in 5G. Okay, control resource set. Okay, then we have some RNTIs in the 5G. Okay, some new things we have in 5G. Okay, then RRC state we have 5G. So here also we have new. Earlier we were having only two state, RRC idle and RRC connected, but now in 5G we have one more state, which is RRC inactive state. Okay, then we have beamforming. Beamforming is very important topic, so we will see in the detail like what all type of beamforming we have: hybrid, digital, analog. Okay, then what is impact of the antenna arrays on the beamforming, what is the impact of antenna spacing on the beamforming. Okay, what is the 2D beamforming, what is horizontal and vertical beamforming. Okay, how exactly in end-to-end setup beamforming will work. Okay, means that how exactly we will create calculate that a beam weight, how we will do the channel estimation. Okay, so these things we will discuss as part of your beamforming. Okay, we have this uh, cell search procedure for NSA and SA. Okay, those things we will understand in the detail. Means basically NSA dual connectivity call flow and SA call flow. Okay, then we will move to the ORAN. Okay, in ORAN also we will start from that basic stuff like what is ORAN, why we need ORAN, what is the goal of ORAN. Okay, then we have CUDU and RU concept in the ORAN that we will try to understand, that we will see in that part. Okay, then we have split options, we have different split we have. So in that ORAN we are going with split 7.2, but still we will try to understand like what is split 6, what is split 8, what is 7. Okay, why we are going with split 7.2 only. Okay, so these things we will discuss. Then architecture of ORAN. Okay, what is RIC, near, non-RIC. Okay, then SMO, FCAPs. Okay, what is difference between ECPRI and CPRI. Okay, so because like ECPRI is something which is new in that ORAN, and because of that ECPRI only that interoperability is possible. Okay, so those things we'll discuss. Then we CUNS plane, control plane, user plane, and S plane. Okay, so those things we'll try to understand. Then we have hierarchical hybrid model. Okay, how we are deploying. Then we have synchronization plane, different topologies we have. Okay, so those all things we will discuss. DSCP netcall session. Okay, as part of ORAN. Okay, now finally we will discuss to give you the basics. So nowadays we have a lot of traction in AI. Okay, in AI/ML. Okay, so to give you the basic idea, basic stuff about what is this field about, what is AI, what is ML. Okay, what is the subfield we have in that, what is the specialization we have in that. For an example, deep learning. Okay, for example, NLP, computer vision. Okay, all these things basically to give you the basic idea. We will discuss some briefly some topics about the AI, so that you will be having some basic overview about this complete field, the AI/ML field. Okay, so AI we will discuss like what is artificial intelligence, what is the history of AI. Okay, so because nowadays we have a lot of use cases in the AI. Okay, but that is not the new field, that AI and ML. Okay, so those all things we discuss. Okay, the difference between AI, ML, and there's deep learning. Okay, so what is machine learning? What is supervised, unsupervised machine learning? Okay, in that also we have some algos like classification, regression. Okay, so all those things like basic overview we will try to provide you. Then we have deep learning like NLP, natural language processing. Okay, means that whatever language my human is using, right, we are using as a human. Okay, so how that our models, how our algos will able to analyze that language. Okay, so those things we will discuss. Okay, that use case of that AI ML in the telecom. Okay, so all those things we will discuss as part of our this module, AI module. Okay, so this is all about syllabus. Anyone any doubt here? Okay, now let me jump to the final thing, which is our day-to-day life. Okay, so here what we have. Okay, here what we have as like any other industry. Okay, we have some client, we have some product based company which is trying to make a product. Okay? So for an example, Samsung, if Samsung wants to create a phone, okay, or maybe Samsung wants to create a smartphone. Okay, so suppose they need SA, they need NSA, they need LT. Randomly I'm writing the technology. Okay, so they need these support in that product. Okay, now next is they will discuss their requirement with different chipset vendor. For an example, they also have their internal, but still they will outside. Suppose they have Qualcomm and MediaTek. Okay, that leading chipset vendors. Okay, MediaTek, Qualcomm. Okay, so they will discuss their requirement with MediaTek and Qualcomm. Okay, so suppose for an example, they will finalize, right, that they will go with MediaTek for an example. Okay, so what MediaTek will do? First, they will analyze, okay, as per 3GPP, what they can support, okay, as per 3GPP, and as per their product, what they can support, what they cannot support. Okay, so first they will finalize that, or they will do the documentation. Okay, SLD and NLD is kind of internal documentation as design point of view, as per their hardware software resources and whatever support from the 3GPP, what they can implement. Okay, now after that further we have divided team into two parts. One is testing team, another one is development team. Okay, so we are part of this testing team. Okay, now this development team is something they will develop whatever, like suppose like earlier I mentioned that suppose standalone, non-standalone 5G, then here we have LTE. Okay, so they will develop those feature, whatever all features we have discussed in that language, C, C++ or whatever language they use. Okay, now next one, they will provide, suppose they will provide a software to the testing team. Sorry, they will provide software.
अच्छा क्या स्टेटस है? हाँ ना भाई, 2 बजे की फ्लाइट है, पहले लेट हुए हुए हो।
Just please put yourself on mute.
ट्रेन में नहीं हो कवल, फ्लाइट है, पहले पहुंचना होता है।
Okay, so yeah, so what we have, they will create software. Okay, they will create a build, they will create a software. Okay, and they will provide, for an example, first they are providing support for LT in software version 1. Okay, so what our testing team will do, first we will analyze what is the requirement. Based on that requirement, we will do test planning and designing. Okay, accordingly we will prepare our test setup. Okay, accordingly we will do the execution. Okay, to evaluate that LT. For an example, in LT we will check that whether my UE attaching with that LT or not. Okay, so for that we will create our setup, we will create the test plan, we will execute the test case. Okay, we will do the log analysis. If we found a issue, if we found a bug, then what we will do, we will raise that bug to the development team. Okay, with our analysis, like here in this messages I am observing some issue. Okay, so for that only the log analysis will come into the picture. Okay, so we will do the log analysis. We will like these are some issues we have. Here we are observing some issue, here we are observing some failure. Okay, please fix this issue. So development team will provide some other fixes, some other software versions, suppose two. Okay, again we will try to execute that failure scenarios where we were observing the issue. Okay, if that is passing, then we will submit the test report. Okay, otherwise again we will raise the bug. Okay, so similarly this communication between testing and development team will go in parallel. Okay, we will provide the bug, we will test and we will provide the bug. We will try to find out as much as issue we can, so that we can make our product more and more stable. Okay, suppose for an example, if we find out 100 issues. Okay, 100 issues means now development team will fix those issues. Okay, so now if we send this product to our client, that means my product is already working in such scenario. Okay, we are not expecting any issues with these, at least these issues in my product. Okay, or similar scenarios. Okay, so if suppose as a tester we are not technical sound. Okay, so what is possible, out of this 100 issue might be we find out some 50 basic issues. Okay, now remaining issues, if we deliver that product, suppose in our internal testing, then we declared software version 10 is stable one. We will send this to our client, and now client again will perform some testing. Samsung again will do the testing. Okay, now next, if Samsung will find out this issue, they will escalate that issue, and that will be trouble for us, that will be trouble for testers. Why client is observing those many issues which is kind of we missed in our testing cycles. Okay, so this is kind of question mark on our technical skill, this is kind of question mark on our efficiency. Okay, so this is our responsibility to find out as much as issue we can. This is our responsibility to make appropriate test plan which can cover the complete coverage, which can cover the complete functionality of a particular feature. Okay, so this is something which we are doing day to day basis. Okay, we are getting some features, we are getting some scenarios. Okay, for that we are finalizing the test plan. Okay, to test that end to end, to test that completely. Okay, then we will execute the scenario, then we will do the log analysis, then we will raise issues if we found any. Here, any doubt, anyone? Okay, yeah guys, then that is all. We are now open for question. Anyone, anything? Okay, you can take this number. Okay, so just in case, like after class or fees or anything. Okay, anything you want to discuss, then you can reach out to this number. This is our admission team. Okay, so this is 4 month of course. Okay, 4 month duration of course, and starting from the next Saturday, Sunday. Okay, the timing is evening. Okay, this is evening batch. Timing is Saturday 8 p.m. evening. And
Saturday
Sunday,
to 10 and Sunday 10 to 12.
okay, Sunday 10 or 10:30 to 12.
Someone is asking about the fee. You can say this is the fee structure. The is 36,500 USD for early enrollment. For next 3 days, you will get in 30,400 USD, and you can pay in 3 installments. And you will get the hands-on tool QXDM, QCAT, TLT, and LOGEL along with Wireshark. Those who are interested, you can call this number and get registration early as possible. Apart from this, if you have any query, you can ask. We are here to serve you.